Taking Study Guide, page 193. The question is, how did a series of conflicts leave their mark on Europe? Okay, so we're going to go through a number of different conflicts and their effects. This is kind of the overview of chapter 15. So the first is conflict between leaders. So this is a conflict between popes and kings. You have Pope Gregory VII versus Emperor Henry IV. Gregory believed that the Pope had supreme authority over both secular and church leaders, whereas Henry believed the emperor could name some bishops and could remove a pope. So the effect of this is that after a power struggle, Henry tried to remove Pope as Gregory as Pope, and Gregory excommunicated Henry. Years after Gregory and Henry died, an agreement called the Concordat of Worms attempted to distribute power between popes and rulers, and basically decided that popes were in charge of the spiritual realm and leaders were in charge of the secular or political realm. The next conflict is a conflict between cultures. The Normans and the English, they fought for control over the English throne. Normans introduced. The effect of this is Normans introduced a feudal system in England, and also Anglo-Saxon rule in England ended at this time. The next conflict is over classes. You had King John versus the Baron, and higher taxes angered the barons because King John wanted it for a war to try to retake his possessions in France. The effect of this is that barons forced the king to sign the Magna Carta, which put a limit on royal power. The next conflict, final conflict, is a religious conflict, and you had Christians versus Jews, Muslims, and Jews. The goal of the Crusades was to win back the Christian Holy Lands for Muslims, and also you had the Reconquista, and this was to drive the Muslims from Spain. The effect of this was both the Crusades and the Reconquista resulted in religious persecution against Muslims, Jews, and Christian heretics. Heretics being those that disagreed with the interpretation of the Bible or the teachings of the Roman Catholic Church, not necessarily were Christian themselves. And the Inquisition was a church court designed to investigate and judge heretics, and many were put to death, tortured, expelled from different parts of Europe because of the Inquisition.